From 17 once again. This is a Star Wars Battlefront 2 update video because we finally have some information from the developers of this game about the changes that are coming at the end of this current month, which is March. So, if you've been paying attention to my channel at the moment, it's quite slow, and I've been putting up a lot of Battlefront 2 coverage, so it makes perfect sense for me to look into the information that they're releasing to help the game, right? Because I'm enjoying the game, I'm playing the game a decent amount, and I want to share my passion for the game with some other people, and here I can actually share some information too. So this is taken from the official website for Battlefront 2. It's from their forums, it's from their Sledgehammer 70 developer community manager guy, and there is a whole bunch of frequently asked questions that they've gone through to give the community an idea of exactly what is happening with this upcoming progression change. So if you're new to Battlefront and you don't really know what's going on, the progression in the game was very specific in how it was implemented, and a lot of people didn't like it, so DICE have gone in there and revamped it, and they're tweaking it and they're changing it, and then on March 21st they're going to release it and everything will change. And the changes are going to be as follows. So what kind of items can I buy when microtransactions and monetization return? This very controversial question, right? Players will only be able to purchase crystals as microtransactions, which can only be used to unlock available appearances that a player can select. Players cannot purchase star cards or items that would impact gameplay or progression. So for the people that are still afraid of this massive cloud of doubt hanging over the game about the pay-to-win aspects, now the currency, when it does return, will strictly be used for appearances, cosmetics. There will be nothing that actually affects gameplay, only the visual side of the game. That is good news for people who care about that shit and don't like that stuff. Bad news for people that want to be able to buy all the best stuff. Can I buy star cards with money? No. We are removing all star cards from crates and introducing a system where you level up your units exclusively by playing as them and earning experience. So this is a pretty big one, this. Removing star cards from crates and making so that you have to play to get your rewards is an interesting choice in my opinion, and it's an interesting change. What happens with my existing star cards in the transition? You get to keep any and all star cards that you currently own at their current rarity level. As you level up, you will start earning skill points that can be used to unlock and upgrade star cards. So if you play one of the most popular series on the planet at the moment, Call of Duty, even though it's not as popular as it used to be, because it's, getting a bit stale, when you play on that most current version, World War II, every time you level up, you get these tokens that enable you to unlock certain parts of your creator class. And this is apparently no different with the same. You play the class, you get these tokens, you spend the tokens on improving the class. Makes a lot of sense, right? Very, very familiar territory. How should I prepare for the spring progression update? So this is important, because I've saved 200,000 credits, which is a lot of credits. It depends on what you'd rather do. Speed up progression or save up for cosmetics. If you want to maximize your unit levels at the outset of the new system, you should primarily focus on earning more star cards and parts right now by using your credits to purchase crates. If you want to unlock new appearances, you should save your credits for the update in April. So, in its simplest terms, guys, get as many star cards, get as many crates, and get as many crafting parts as you can right now before it comes out, because it will benefit you in the long run. But if you're interested in the cosmetic side, the appearance side, you want to save your credits so that you can buy that stuff. What happens with parts? As of the progression update, parts will no longer be awarded. You will keep your current balance, and in April you will be able to convert parts into skill points. Interesting. Progression's coming in March. This conversion is coming in April. Jesus Christ, guys, really? So it says here that skill points are 40 parts per skill point. Players' parts total will be rounded up so that players will not be left with unusable parts. Well, that's good then. Can I still craft star cards using parts? No. While parts have been used as star card crafting resources, the new resource for star card unlocking and upgrading is skill points, gained by leveling up your respective units. So this is pretty massive when you think about it. Once again, I'm going to be talking and giving information here as if you've never played Battlefront before. I don't do that in hopes of condescending you or patronising you. I do that because this could be the first time you've ever heard of this game, and I'm conveying this information, and for whatever reason you're still here listening. So when you first start playing Battlefront, You get in your first few matches, you earn some credits, you go back to the menu, you buy one of the boxes with the credits that you've earned, you open up the box, and inside of it there are star cards, and there are these other consumables that can help you do stuff. And the big thing was to get crafting parts from the crates, and then use the crafting parts yourself to pick the cards you want. One of the reasons that I was a massive stickler against this notion of this game being pay to win is because after you'd played the campaign, you had enough crafting parts and enough credits to essentially kit out every single class you could ever hope to use, and those parts that you would use to get those cards that were so useful to you didn't cost much, and you don't really need them to be upgraded to do well. It's just one of those incremental differences. So I was a bit of a stickler for saying that it didn't really affect the game as much as people were telling you, because it was true, and now it doesn't affect the game at all because they're completely removing it. So for the people that did have issues with that, it's gone. It's going to be gone in a week. How do I progress with a hero or a class? You level up a hero or class by playing them. The same goes for all the units. Units being any playable unit in the game, whether it's a ship, special unit, hero, trooper, hero, ship, vehicle, mount, etc. The more you play, the more skill points you gain to upgrade them. So once again, tying into the previous information we've been given, the more time you put in, the more you get out, which is the system that almost every multiplayer progression system has moved towards because they want to sink your time. I don't know how much I like this. It's great for the person that needs the constant dopamine drip feed, but for somebody like me, I don't know if this is going to be a big good change for me. I'll be interested to see how I enjoy it. How do I earn new star cards? When you level up a unit in the progression update, you earn a skill point. Skill points are unit specific and can be used to unlock a star card at common level or to upgrade an existing star card to the next card level. So you play with the class you like, you unlock these points, you use these points to either get new cards or upgrade existing cards. This is really interesting to me because a single skill point can either give you a purple or a white. That seems kind of strange, but equal in a strange way too, so I wonder how that's going to affect everything. Because with the sounds of this, I have 200,000 credits, which I'm going to open after this video. I have 1,000 crafting parts banked because I've not been upgrading anything. If it's 40 points per... 40 crafting parts per point, I might be able to get everything purple, which will be really, really strange. Because I would not be able to do that as it stands. I'd be able to get like 3 purples, which is preposterous, but that's how the game works, right? So, can I use skill points that I earn from one unit to upgrade another? No, skill points are unit specific. Skill points earned when leveling up your heavy cannot be used to unlock or upgrade star cards for Yoda. The more you play as your favourite unit, the more skill points you earn for them. So one side of this that I like is the idea that you have to play something to make it better. You couldn't just notice that Palpatine was getting played a lot and he was super cheesy and super powerful, buy a bunch of star cards and then start using him. You have to use him to get those rewards, so it makes it a little bit more skill intensive in a way, even though using Palpatine is not the most skill intensive thing on the planet. What happens with my star card level number? Instead of a star card level, we have a unit level which will more clearly and accurately represent a player's overall progress and power levels as it counts the value of all skill points applied across that unit's collection. So this is another one of those number things that people like to strive for and to achieve, so that's good. How is my starting unit level calculated? For new players, every unit will start at level 1. However, if you're an existing player, your starting unit levels will factor in your previously collected star cards. Interesting. I wonder what level I'm going to be. I imagine it's going to be quite high on Assault, Heavy, and Officer, and then my Specialist is going to be like level 2. Can you give a specific example of unit level calculation for an existing player? Let's say your Assault is card level 24. My Assault is card level 27. When the update goes live, your inventory is as follows: 13 commons plus 13 card level, 2 uncommons plus 4 card level, 1 rare plus 3 card level, 1 epic plus 4 card level. In the transition, that Assault character would keep all of those star cards and gain a class level of 24. For a new player starting as an Assault class, they will be level 1. This is interesting. The language they've used here, it's deferred to this person as female. Interesting. Cool. Gender equality, nice to see, right? Can I upgrade rare and epic star cards using my skill points? As long as you meet the level requirements for upgrading them in the new system, as a trooper for example, you will need to be unit level 22 to upgrade a star card to rare, and unit level 35 to upgrade a star card to epic. Interesting, so this is the thing that I don't really like about this. In order to get purple cards, you have to have a level of 35, right? Which means you have to upgrade other cards to blue that you don't use and you don't like and you don't want to use just for the ability to upgrade the cards you do use. I've never liked systems like that. That to me sounds too much like a rising tide of unnecessary ships rising with us. I don't get that so much. But apparently they think it'll provide the best experience. What happens to my existing epic star cards in the transition if I do not reach the required unit level to upgrade star cards to epic with one or more characters? You get to keep any and all star cards, epic or not, regardless of where we put the upgrade gate for epic star cards. However, any star cards that you wish to upgrade to epic after the transition need to follow the new rules for unit level requirements. What type of progression will each unit have in the new system? For each unit, the star cards are tiered to require a specific unit level to be available to unlock. Unlocked in this case means that you can choose to spend a skill point to unlock that star card at the common level, and subsequently upgrade it to epic if you meet the class requirements for upgrading epic star cards. How do I unlock star card slots in the new system? All star card slots for all units will be unlocked by default in the new system. Very interesting. So if you don't know, guys, I have put about 9 days into Star Wars Battlefront 2. I am max rank. I've got all the stuff that I really want with the game, and the only thing left for me now is to upgrade a couple cards to the most powerful units, and I don't really care too much about that, so I just play it because I like the game. All of my heroes are blue, except for Kylo Ren, Yoda, and I think that's it. Kylo Ren and Yoda, the only ones that are not blue. However, my vehicles, because I don't do Starfighter Assault and because I don't buy that crate that specialises on vehicles, I have a lot of vehicles that are very low level. I also never use the vehicles because I don't really like them. I still have vehicles that don't have all their slots unlocked. So when this update goes forward, that will change. And the reason I don't have their slots unlocked is because I don't get their star cards to unlock those slots. So I think this is an interesting one, because it's going to enable everybody to equip 3 star cards even if they don't have, you know, an intense amount of levels with that class. So that's kind of a grand equalizer. It's terrifying though, because a lot of the star cards for the vehicles are definitely the areas where the game gets a little bit grayer about what benefits you and what doesn't, because some of the star cards for the vehicles are very, very powerful, and they make pre-existingly powerful units even more so, and I think that that's kind of a recipe for disaster, but we'll see. What will my initial journey with a character be like in the new system? We intend to make your first time with any class a rewarding one. Specifically, the time needed to level up any unit in the beginning will be quick, meaning that you will earn skill points and unlock star cards at a quick rate early on. You see, I don't really care about that because I'm not going to be in a new system. I care more about what's it going to be like later on. Is it going to be slow as pace? Because I think the one reason that everybody got annoyed at the progression in this game is because it's essentially just a number that you're leveling up, and it's star cards that take forever to get, you know, the higher tiers for them, because it takes so many resources to make them. So in the end, it didn't feel like you were working towards anything, because everything took forever. The levels were quite slow when you got quite high in them, so it generally felt like you played a dozen games and you didn't really incrementally achieve anything other than budging these bars upwards. And if this new system has leveling like that at the end of it, what have they really changed? Other than a band-aid fix to the early game and the pre-existing problems to the late game. Because I like the idea of a system where levels are frequent, but there is an incredibly high amount of them. And the idea for that is that you always feel like you're unlocking something, you always feel like you're achieving something. And I suppose the only problem with something along those lines is that perhaps it might have diminished returns, it might get to the point where it's so solemnized that you don't see it as a special event. But I always feel like a lot of levels rather quickly is more enjoyable than few levels taking forever. Because there's just something about not leveling up when you play a ton that just feels miserable to some folks. How do you decide which star cards are unlocked early and which are unlocked late in the unit's journey? Interesting. Star cards unlocked early are handpicked to be focused on improving existing things, like improved shot grenade for the specialist trooper. Later choices offer side grenades and more niche abilities that require you to switch up your playstyles, like the repulsor cannon for specialist. So I was under the assumption that you could pick any of the cards, but they did say that certain rarity tiers were going to be gated. Does that mean that certain cards will be gated also? Can you imagine if Toughen Up for Assault is like the final level gate? That would be crap, because that's probably the best Assault card in the game. Because it enables good players to do better, it enables bad players to stay alive, it enables everybody who uses that to have an extra fighting chance. So this will be interesting to see what they choose. I hope they don't gate too much of anything, because that would be silly. It should be down to the player to choose, not for the developer to choose for them. What unlock gates will there be for any given unit in the new system? Each star card will be unlocked at a specific unit level. Additionally, to upgrade a star card to rare or epic, you will need to meet a required level for that unit. Depending on your levels, you might be able to upgrade star cards to epic for your assault trooper, but not your heavy until you level up the heavy trooper further. So that's just giving me a thought as well, because when you... maybe it'll be character level and not necessarily star level, so you can keep those tokens and not buy anything and just level your dude up and then buy the cards that you want instead of upgrading ones you don't want. That's probably how it works, and that sounds like that should be okay. Will you have level caps in the new system? Initially, trooper classes will be capped at 70, while heroes, starfighters and hero starfighters will be capped at 40. The armor, speeder, enforcer and aerial classes will be capped at 30, but even if you cap out your unit, you can still earn credits when you increase your player rank. Interesting. So once you cap them, you get credits instead of skill points. Why are there different level caps for different groups of characters in the new system? The caps are set to guarantee that you will be able to earn the amount of skill points needed to take every star card in that class to epic. Since each unit, in the amount of star cards that they have in their collection, differs, it leads to different level caps as well. Well, that just makes sense. How many skill points can I earn with any given unit? Exactly the amount needed to take every star card available to epic. Why is the level cap for trooper set to 70? A trooper starts the game at unit level 1 and has 17 star cards. To take one star card to epic requires 4 skill points, so you will need 68 skill points in total to take your entire collection to epic as assault. 68 plus 1 as your starting level, unit level 69. We then add the 1 padding level from 69 to 70 to even out the numbers. What happens when I go from level 69 to 70 since I don't need that level to earn more skill points? Apparently you get 1000 credits instead. What should I do if I get excess skill points? You will not be able to get any excess skill points in the new system. You will only be able to gain the amount needed to take all star cards within that unit's progression to epic. What will happen with the milestones that currently reward star cards? The rewards for these milestones will change from star cards to credits and cosmetics, such as emotes and victory poses. What will happen with the cosmetics rewards that are currently handed out for reaching a certain card level? The old concept of star card level will no longer be used. Any such rewards, example emotes and victory poses, will be earned in other ways. What can credits be used for? In April, the next part of our progression update will allow you to use your credits to unlock appearances for your heroes and troopers. With this specific update, you will not be unlocking anything with your credits, so we encourage players earning credits to continue to do so and save them for the customization out in April. That's so bullshit, that. They changed the progression in March 21st, and then it's probably going to be April 21st before you get this next part. This game's life cycle is so strange at the moment. Will I still use credits to unlock heroes and hero starfighters? With our progression update, we will be unlocking all currently available heroes and hero ships for all players. When new heroes and hero ships are introduced to the game, they will be unlocked with credits. So you'll have to buy them. What happened to the daily login crates? Since star cards are now available through progression, we have set the daily login reward to 500 credits. Which, previously, it was 75 fucking credits per pack, and if you got a duplicate you got 300, which was a saving grace. God, those crates were so stupid. How will I unlock emotes and victory poses? As of this update, emotes and victory poses will be unlocked through time challenges and milestones. What is the difference between credits, crystals, and parts? With our progression update, we are temporarily turning off the economies related to these 3 currencies. With an update in April, credits which are earned through gameplay will unlock appearances for your heroes and troopers. That update will also allow you to purchase crystals, which can also be used to unlock appearances through direct monetary purchases. Parts are going to be taken out of the game entirely, and a future update will allow you to convert these into skill points. Interesting. Are crystals returning? You just said they were returning. You just said what they were made for as well. Why would it have that question after that? Do these people not read? How will I get crystals? We already know that answer. You will also receive some crystals through in-game milestones. Yeah, that's pre-existing, they've been there since the start. Are crates still in the game? Yes, however with the progression update, crates can no longer be purchased. They are earned by logging in daily, completing milestones, and through timed challenges. Inside crates you'll find credits or cosmetics items, but nothing that impacts gameplay. What appearances will be available in April? We will announce which appearances will be available in the coming weeks, which, if you know anything about this game and the announcements, that doesn't mean shit. They said they were going to be patching the game every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, and what was it, 4 months of Palpatine running around wrecking people? Will I earn credits or skill points in arcade? With the progression update, you will continue to be able to earn credits up to 1,500 per day by playing arcade. Skill points can only be earned in multiplayer, linked to the units you play. Do you have any plans to change rewards from arcade? All star cards and weapons are going to be unlocked at the epic level in arcade mode, so you can now try out the best combinations and help you identify how you want to spend your skill points. You'll still be able to progress across challenges, milestones and difficulty tiers in arcade, and you'll also be able to earn 1,500 credits per day. So this is an interesting one, because it's going to enable us to play with star cards we don't have, and I'm really interested to do some star card testing on my own, because half the time the descriptions aren't clear enough of what they do, and half the time the star cards don't even bloody work. So you've got to be really careful with this game sometimes, because just like everything DICE makes, it's really buggy. But there you go guys, that is all the information that they have in this blog. I wanted to bring it to the channel and bring it to people's ears. If you can't be asked to read it, I just read it for you. There's a lot of pros here, there's a lot of cons here. I'm not going to go too much into it because I want my brain to absorb it and I want to play and see what it's like before I start judging it. But there's a lot of aspects of this I like and a lot of aspects that I question. How about you? Thanks for watching. You take care now.